Hey, welcome back to Our Family Beat. I'm Brigitte, full-time mom, full-time ultrasound tech. We have a YouTube channel. Today is gonna be a chatty video, kind of like a life update because we have a lot of stuff going on and coming up, so stay tuned. If you're new here, welcome! We are a family of 4 whose names all start with B. We're on a mission to inspire each other to love well, live wisely, and be better together. We do videos on grocery hauls and meal prep and marriage videos and budgeting videos and everything that goes into growing a healthy family. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, go ahead and hit the subscribe button down below. Make sure you hit the notification bell up to all so you don't miss when we post new videos, which is every Tuesday and Friday. Okay, this is gonna be a chatty head video. So if you wanna just listen to something while you're doing your cleaning or cooking or getting ready in the morning or driving to work, this is the video for you because we are gonna be doing some life update. There's some stuff that's gonna be happening, some very exciting news, and I'm just gonna share it with you because, you know, you're family and that's what family does. So, first thing on the agenda, let's get right to the exciting news. We are going away. You heard that right, we're going away. We are going on a trip. It's not super far, but we're taking the kids, which we've actually never done. Like, we've never taken them on a long-term trip before. What we've done in the past is Brandon and I have gone away for our anniversary, or like a in-between anniversary, like our 6-month mark if we couldn't really go away for our actual anniversary, which is coming up in November. So we're taking the kids on a little road trip. We are going about 3 hours away, and we're going to Disney. I know, shouts of praise and screaming, ah! We're going to Disney, and we're taking the kids. Actually, Brandon and I went to Disney on our honeymoon, and we really haven't been there since. So that was almost 8 years ago. I went, a few times as a kid because I grew up in Florida, and actually Brandon's mom used to work at Disney, so he grew up going there because she worked there. And so it's a long story. We're not like over the top Disney, but like Benjamin's at the age, he's 5.5, and I think he'll be really excited, even though he's not super keen on like crowds and like loud noises. Like, I think he'll just be mesmerized by it all. And Brielle is almost 2, and she's free, which is score because it's expensive, and she'll just be like in awe of everything, like it's a whole new world. And yes, we did sing that the other night when we were talking to Benjamin about it, a little duet. Anyway, so we're going to take them to Disney, so we have some Disney content coming up for you guys. How we pack for Disney, frugal finds at Disney, a vlog of Disney, like a bunch of stuff. So make sure you hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any of that, and follow us on Instagram because we'll be posting some stuff over there about it. Check it out on OFB Social. We love connecting with you guys over there, and it's just a lot more personal sometimes than YouTube can be. So head on over there and comment and say, hey, I'm new and I just want to connect. But before we go to Disney, me and Brandon are taking a couple of days, and we're gonna go away for our anniversary. So we're just gonna go probably somewhere local, to like a local hotel, somewhere where we can get out of the house. Someone's gonna watch the kids for a couple days, and we're gonna be able to just like chill and connect and be able to just reflect on this last year and like all that kind of stuff. Sometimes it really does take just getting away from like the daily routines and like the dishes and the cleaning and the laundry and like just all of the stuff that comes with having a family and a house and managing it all, that we just need a place where we can unplug and be together and get to the conversation, a little deeper than we can in normal life. Because sometimes, when you're just going about all of your life, there's only so far you can get before you get interrupted or before you're tired and you have to wake up for work and like all this kind of stuff. So it's really nice for us to be able to just get away, and we really encourage other couples to do the same, even if it's like one night, but some place where you can like cut off from everything else and just be able to focus on each other, be able to talk about things and It's just so good for the relationship. So we encourage others to do that. And so we make sure to do that at least once a year to be able to connect and keep our marriage strong. Unity is very important. Unity over pride. We actually did a how to affair-proof your marriage video, and I can link that down below and up in the cards. But it was really good conversation. It was very informal style, and we didn't know what each other was going to say. So it was very like funny, and we kind of just played off each other. And it was like an open, honest conversation. We got a lot of good feedback from it. So go check that out if you haven't already. So we're going away for a couple days, then we're taking the kids to Disney. So that's going to be a big to-do coming up soon, but it's going to be so fun and so exciting. We haven't taken them anywhere, so like I don't know how they're going to react. Like I don't know how they're going to do with their routine disrupted. Like they're going to be sleeping in totally different places. I don't know, but we're so excited. Like I'm thinking of all of these cool things that we can do to help save money and just ways we can make it special for them without going broke and going into debt, because we do not believe in debt. And so it's going to be exciting and it's going to be fun. Yeah. So on the note of kids, they are back in school, which is nice. They're not virtual. They're actually going to school. And their school has also a daycare, so both of them are there because Brielle is still, daycare age. She's not in pre-K or anything yet. They're loving it. She loves getting to play with all the toys there. We get pictures from her teacher of her playing and going outside and stuff. And Benjamin is in kindergarten, so he likes it. Like he likes going and like seeing some of his friends and being able to like go out on the playground and stuff, but he's still getting used to sitting in a chair and having to do work and all that. He's doing very well. Grades are doing fine. Like he's learning everything, like he's memorizing, he's working on his penmanship and cursive and math and all that kind of stuff. And he's excelling, but sometimes he says things like, oh, I don't want to sit and blah blah blah. And so that for me as a mom, I always want them to both be just happy all the time, which I know is not realistic. But, when he says that kind of stuff, I'm like, oh, I wish I could homeschool him or have the option to. Like maybe one day in the future we'll be able to. I know that's a whole other thing. Would be a sacrifice in a different way. It would be a learning curve for me. And so there's so many emotions that go with that. But for right now, they're both in school. He's doing fine. He does love it. Obviously, there's parts he doesn't love, but I mean, that's life, right? Like, there's always going to be stuff we don't love in life. So, even as adults. And I guess that's one of the things he has to learn now as a kid. So, as far as I go and the hospital, because I work in a hospital, I work full-time as an ultrasound tech. And so I did a couple hospital vlogs in the beginning when all of this quarantine and COVID started, and just talking about my experience and everything like that. And so what I'm seeing in the hospital is, and keep in mind we're in Florida, so our numbers are way down. We used to have at our peak a total of 6 units that were designated for COVID, and now we're down to 1 or 2. I think it's 2, possibly. One's like an intensive care and one is for everyone else. So that's great as far as like what we're seeing in our area. There was a time when it was basically every shift I would come into contact with at least one, if not multiple COVID patients that like I had to go do exams on and stuff. And now not as many confirmed cases and not as many units. So it's kind of cool. There are actually a couple of rooms like sporadically in different units that are reverse isolation rooms. And so we will have like random patients like here and there that are diagnosed with it, but they're, just on other floors and whatever. So our numbers are down, and so we're back to basically like normal shifts, except for we're still working short-staffed because of productivity numbers for the hospital and yada yada, like all that profit numbers stuff. We're still working a little bit short, which is sometimes frustrating because sometimes you just can't get it done. Like there's only so much one person can do in X amount of time, and it is what it is. So I try not to stress about it because there's nothing I can do. Like I do the best I can while I'm there, and that's all I can do, and that's all anyone can ask of me. Like I just literally cannot give anymore. So I used to stress about it and just worry about it and be like, oh, I'm not doing enough, I'm failing. But if I'm doing my best, which I am, then it is what it is. Like I can't make up stuff, I can't add more time, I can't physically be in 3 places at one time. So it is what it is, but our numbers are down, which is good. And so that's the update on my life in the hospital. Brandon is back at work now, and he's a pastor on staff at a local church. And so we have started up services. So they're doing all the precautions and everyone wears masks and stuff like that, but he is out of the house more, which he loves because he's not a homebody. I am the homebody. So he loves being out, you know, conquering the world. I don't know, maybe it's a man thing, like, but he has been loving that. He's actually a little bit under the weather now, and so bronchitis will get you, I guess. So he's dealing with a little bit of that. We're trying to get him healthy and helping him to rest, and went to the doctor today and all that kind of stuff. So aside from that, he's liking being back at work, and he'll still do like a couple of days working from home and doing meetings and stuff like that. But as far as weekends go, we are back on site, and so we're going to church, and it has been so awesome because there's just nothing like worshiping corporately with other people, worshiping God. It's something that, you know, I didn't realize I missed so much because, you know, when people are worshiping together, the manifest presence of God can just like come down. So like obviously God knows all, and you know, nothing surprises him, and he is everywhere. But when we pray together and when we worship together, like his presence can just like come down. It's just so awesome. I missed it so much, and so it's so good to be able to be back and like seeing other people and just worshiping God like on the weekends. And so that's been really nice. So he's been back on the weekends, and we've been able to go, and the kids area is now open, and they've loved that. And so it's good to just be able to get back to a little bit of normalcy and routine and to do the things that we really enjoy doing. Next up, I want to talk about Christmas because Christmas is coming up. Actually, we have some videos coming out on Black Friday about some deals and stuff that we're going to be looking out for, but also we have Christmas coming, and Christmas is always a busy time for us because I'm usually working the day of or the day before and the day after if I have Christmas off. And so it's always busy because Brandon's obviously working a lot at the church, and so juggling the kids, and the school is closed, and who's watching him this day, and so all of that kind of stuff. But also I just wanted to ask you guys something about what you do for Christmas. So we're trying to come up with ways to simplify around Christmas, and I already pretty much keep our decorations pretty simple. I don't like to do a lot because I don't like to take a lot down, but we are going to do a video on how we decorate our house for Christmas and the things that we do put up and the things that we use and that we carry over tradition wise. But as far as presents go, you know, how do you guys do it in your family? Like, I know there's some people that kind of try to stick to the motto, something new, something to wear, something to wear, something to read, something to, I don't know, what's the saying? Like, I'm sure it'll come to me after I'm done filming this video. Maybe I'll put it right here. But anyway, so you get like basically kind of like 4 or 5 gifts, you know, or like a big gift and a bunch of smaller gifts. And we don't have like a set budget as far as what we spend on each child. I mean, we only have 2. So it's not like we have 10 children to buy for. But I want to make sure that our focus isn't on just the gifts, but I do want to give the gifts. And so there's a couple of things that we have ideas about on like what to get each of them. Obviously, sometimes they need stuff. I actually just had to go get Benjamin a couple pairs of shoes, especially because we're going to be walking around Disney. And he was wearing some like hand-me-downs, and they were really good quality ones, but he has just like worn them out. And so he really needed a new pair. So we got an inexpensive couple of pairs. And so I got him that and some socks. Like, he needed socks. And it was like, sometimes, you know, people wait until Christmas to like give him all the stuff that they actually need. And then also some stuff they want, but he actually needed it right now. And so I wasn't gonna make him wait. But what do you guys do for Christmas? Because we are trying to simplify. And then on the simplification note, I really want to simplify our house. And I know I've tried this before, and like, we do have a simplified house in the sense that I'm constantly going through it and trying to get rid of the things that we don't need. It can be a little difficult when you have a family because just because I don't want or need something doesn't mean that someone else in my family won't want or need that thing. And so there's always lots of conversations, and I don't want anyone in my family in fear that I'm just going to get rid of all their stuff, because that's not my intention. But since I am the primary person that manages all the stuff in our house, I'm always trying to think of ways to make our house run smoother and more effectively. And I know that simplifying and minimizing stuff can help with that. So I'm always trying to like evaluate stuff in our house to make sure that it's serving us well and that we actually need it. And sometimes I'm like, oh, yeah, I can get rid of that one thing, and it'll come to my mind, I'll write it down, and then a day or two like when I come across that thing, I'll get it, go put it in the trash, the donation bin that we have or whatever. Then also, because of that, I'm always thinking in my head, this like running reel of like, okay, what can I get rid of? What do I need to like revamp or make sure is working well? And then I'm not just resting and like enjoying how things are. It's like this fine line balance, you know what I mean? Like, because I don't always want to be thinking about, oh, like I want to just be able to relax. Okay, that it is what it is right now, and then have certain almost like checkpoints throughout the year maybe that I go through and I like look at different rooms or go through different sections like the toys and then the clothes and then the kitchen stuff. I don't know, maybe I can set up some kind of system for next year. Every 3 months or every 2 months or whatever, I go through a different like area of our house to see what I can make sure is running smoothly and if there's stuff that we don't need that we can get rid of. I don't know. Does anyone have a thing that they do, or is it just you go through your house and then it's like a daily maintenance? I don't know. I do watch a lot of minimalism people online and on YouTube, and there's some of my favorites that I just love, binge their content all the time. But I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what works for me, because it does. It's different for everyone. What works for one person may not work the exact same way for someone else, and so I try to keep that in mind and, you know, adapt it to our own needs. There are a few projects that I want to get to that I just have not had the time, you know, because guys, I mean, if you didn't realize by now, we both work full-time. We have this YouTube channel, which means we both work an extra part-time job each, and we have the kids, and we're trying to have a life, and we're trying to hang out with each other and with our friends and all of this stuff. And then also, oh, we need to sleep in there and stay healthy and cook good meals so that we can feed our body nutritious food. And it's a lot, you know, and there's times when I get overwhelmed. I'm going to be doing a video soon about just my thought process on being busy and our outlook on life and our perspective and being negative versus positive and all that kind of stuff. So keep your eye out for that. But it's a lot, and I just want to make things easy as much as I can. I want to make it easy, and does anyone else feel the same way? I don't know. I know this is just a bunch of rambled, jumbled mess. That's our life. It's a chaotic mess sometimes. Oh, and my arm hurts because I had to get the flu shot for work. So every time I move my arm, it's like sore. And of course, it's always the spot that, you know, you get sunburned or like a bite or something. And it's always the spot that people are like, oh, they just randomly accidentally hit it. And Brandon will be like, how you doing? I'm like, ah! He's like, what? And I'm like, that's where the shot was. Anyways, I know it's just a problem. But anyways, we've been working out more, and so I try to do that to loosen it up, but oh my gosh, it's still sore. It actually didn't even hurt when she did it. It was like the best shot I've ever had the experience of having, but like afterwards, of course, it always hurts, and that's usually how mine is. And even when I got the flu shot one year, I still got the flu, and it was whatever. It is what it is, and believe what you want to believe about the flu shots and shots in general, but whatever. I got it this year, and it hurts. So that's the life update as of right now. If you have anything that you would like to hear us talk about, or that you're interested in, or things that you just never knew, like, go ahead and leave a comment down below. We'll try to do a Q&A in the next couple of months. We'll put out a poll on Instagram of questions. So if you're interested in that, make sure you leave a comment down below. Tell me you're interested. Maybe leave a question or two, and we'll keep track of them. Thank you to all of our supporters on Patreon and YouTube membership. You guys are helping to make this vision of our family be a reality, and you're making it happen. And we love getting to know you guys and talking with you, and you guys are just the best. You know who you are. If you want to become a supporter on Patreon or YouTube channel membership, check out the link in the description box below. Check out more videos we've done down here, and make sure you subscribe if you haven't already. Until we meet again, don't forget, life is better together. Bam! See you next time.